HIMS went up 23% in just one day on some, what I believe is game-changing kind of news, amazing news for the stock. It's going to take one of the biggest risks for the stock off the table, and I don't believe you really understand what I'm saying. You mainly believe it's something else with the company making money from GLP-1s, but it's something entirely different. I'm going to talk about this today. It's game-changing kind of news, and I think it's going to be amazing for the stock. And many of you guys have been asking me, why did you stop talking about HIMS? Do you only talk about it when it goes up? To me, it's not much about the price, guys. Anything between earnings is mostly noise. I mainly focus on the fundamentals, on something that could potentially change the thesis. If there's anything that influences the thesis, I'm going to talk about HIMS, I'm going to talk about SoFi, I'm going to talk about those stocks. But if there's just price action, that is just noise. There's nothing to talk about, and that's just how I think about it in general. But the main news that came out today is HIMS's partnership with Novo Nordisk, or NVO, which is a stock that I also cover. It's an amazing partnership where Americans will have access to NovoCare pharmacy directly through the HIMS and Hers platform with a bundled offering of all those strengths of Wegovy and HIMS and Hers membership, which includes access to 24/7 care, ongoing clinical support, and nutrition guidance all in one place, which is pretty amazing. The companies are also developing a roadmap that combines NVO's innovative treatments with HIMS and Hers ability to scale access to quality care, aiming to improve long-term outcomes for more people and more affordability. And this is really amazing for both companies. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This kind of subscription is going to cost $600 a month. And not many people right now in the United States in this economy have $600 a month to spend on a weight loss subscription. They can get the weight loss pills from HIMS and Hers for around $69 a month. This is around $600 a month. So while I believe this will contribute to sales, it's not going to be a game changer in terms of sales. The game changer kind of news here for HIMS is that HIMS is partnering with NVO, is the fact that HIMS has some kind of affiliation with selling the weight loss product, the Eli Lilly, on their own website. And this affiliation and this partnership with NVO means there's a much lower likelihood of HIMS getting sued by the big guys. And this is the biggest risk with HIMS and Hers. And this is the biggest risk with any small to mid-cap pharma. Those big pharmaceutical stocks, they have unlimited power, they have unlimited influence, they have unlimited resources, and they always want to take other guys down. And it has happened many times before. So the biggest risk for HIMS and Hers was HIMS getting sued, or those companies targeting HIMS. And that was the main bias. But I told you guys before, I see HIMS becoming the Amazon of pharma, the Amazon of quality care, the Amazon of telehealth and healthcare in general for younger people and other people in general, people in rural areas that don't have access to doctors, that people that want more convenience, that want something shipped to their home instead of going to talk to something about their mental health or something about their sexual health. They want it 100% online. HIMS is the leader, HIMS is the choice with 47% market share in their own cohort. So this is just, again, game-changing news for the company. And the biggest risk of them all just came off HIMS' back, almost came off. We can't say 100%, but she's mainly getting sued by NVO or Eli Lilly. And this is a big one. Now, something that's really funny is if you look at Bank of America as an example, they still maintain a sell rating. Many different analysts today, they still pretty much downgraded the stock. They maintained a sell ratings. They didn't really upgrade the stock. And to me, it's really funny because they're getting desperate. I mean, the stock is up over 30 or 33% today, almost 23% actually. But the short interest is 33%. They just keep on shorting the stock. And it's actually dangerous. Like, you have to ask yourself, why are they doing this? And I looked at so many different things and I can't really figure out why are they shorting HIMS? Why is the short interest 33%? This is an amazing company in many different sectors, in dermatology, for hair loss, acne, aging, and anxiety, depression, weight loss, sexual health, and they're expanding massively in sexual health. They have the Hers platform for women, which is growing like 200%, massive growth for the Hers platform. They have 47.5% market share of the share of observed total customers. So this is their own metric. They have 47.5% market share versus BetterHelp and versus other kind of competitors in the space. This is a company that's growing subscribers 45%, they're growing revenue 69%, and they adjusted EBITDA expansion was around 6%. So this is amazing for a company. You don't short a company like that. And to me, my favorite part ever is whenever people compare HIMS to something like Teladoc because of recency bias. So someone lost money with Teladoc, they're not buying HIMS because they believe it's kind of the same thing. And it's nowhere even close because Teladoc is within the insurance system. HIMS is outside the insurance system, which means HIMS will have much higher margins than Teladoc. If you look at the HIMS monthly online revenue per subscriber, the average, this is the average revenue per subscriber, it's $73. It's up 38% year on year. Okay. Now, if we look at Teladoc's average revenue per subscriber per month, it's around $1.39. So it's $1.39 for Teladoc. For HIMS and Hers, it's $73. How could you call HIMS and Hers the next Teladoc? Again, I'm just not seeing it. Now, if you look at guidance was actually very good. They still expect to grow 56 to 63%. I think they will at least meet those expectations with the new partnerships. They might even beat those expectations. But the stock initially went down because the analysts believe the company will not be able to grow 56%. But with everything that has been happening as of recently, they might be able to get to 56%. And I believe a lot of that stuff is kind of priced in within the company. I mean, the stock is literally trading almost at 3 times sales with today's rally, or around 26 times earnings, growing earnings 321% in 2024. This year, the analysts are expecting 14%. I believe they're wrong. I believe HIMS will grow at least 20%. 2026, 24%, 28%, 37%, 28%. I personally believe HIMS will likely grow earnings per share 20 to 25% a year for at least the next 10 years, because the telehealth kind of trend, it's a mega trend, and it's only getting started. Everything is moving online. Everything is moving to telehealth, and HIMS is the leader in the space, and they're expanding so many different avenues. Now they're partnering with the big guys like NVO, Eli Lilly, and many other kind of partnerships that could potentially come. So I don't see how HIMS doesn't at least grow 20 to 25% a year for the very long term. And if you're buying it around 26 times earnings, you're pretty much paying one-time PEG ratio. This is one-time price to earnings growth, which is very cheap for any stock you're looking at, or around 3 times sales. So for me, nothing really has changed with the thesis of HIMS. Nothing has changed with the fundamentals. People like to look at the stock to see how much it's down. The stock is still up 40% year to date. Even before this whole thing started, HIMS was still up like 11% year to date versus the NASDAQ down 10%. And again, I'm still good with my thesis. Nothing has changed, but I'm not going to do a video on it every week to, just to talk about whatever. I only talk about it whenever I believe something very important has changed, and I believe something major has changed at the moment. And I'm going to talk about this stock again whenever they report earnings. I believe it's next week, but that was just my opinion on the partnership, on HIMS and everything else. So I hope you enjoyed it. Not financial advice. If you did enjoy it, please press the like button and maybe consider subscribing. So I'll talk to you in another video.